describes our condition living in separation, separate from our source, separate from our ancient home, from which we have come, and to which we will all eventually return. Separate from our deeper nature that is still connected to our source, and to all that is true and eternal within us and beyond us. We're living in separation. The new message describes this in many ways. One of the ways it describes this is as if we had entered into a deep ravine, descended into a deep canyon from which we cannot escape. Stuck in this reality, in the physical reality, desperately searching for happiness, desperately trying to avoid pain, suffering, and all of the dangers and misfortune of separation. Even living in a beautiful world, we struggle to find happiness and contentment. This is all the residue of separation. And into this seemingly hopeless situation, God, the Lord of the universe and our source, has sent down ladders. Not just one ladder, but many ladders, sent down at different times in the history and evolution of humanity, sent down at times of great travail, of great change, and great opportunity. For God knows that not everyone can follow one teacher or one teaching, even though people are still confused about this. It has certainly proven to be the case, and will likely always be the case in this world for humanity living in a state of separation. So God has sent down the ladders from heaven. Each is unique and different. Each offers a large segment of humanity a way out. Each offers wisdom and perspective that the others might lack. But for everyone in the world, there is a ladder. And for those who cannot climb one of the ladders that has been given, God has set down now a new ladder, set down at a time of great travail, facing the great change that is coming to the world and humanity's encounter with life in the universe. The two greatest events in all of human history, the two great thresholds that will change the outcome for every person in the world, their children and the generations to come. God has sent down a new ladder to meet this great threshold. What is important for you to understand is that one of these ladders, be they the ladders of antiquity, as great as they are, or God's new revelation for the world, one of these is your ladder. Trying to create your own ladder, trying to orchestrate your own return to God will not succeed. For only God knows the way to God, and only God knows how to return. And God has sent down the many ladders to give every person in the world the opportunity to return. Not simply to leave the world, but to be in the world in a whole new way, with the power of heaven and with a commitment to serve a struggling humanity. This is the greater purpose that resides in each person, waiting to be discovered. Therefore, understand that borrowing from this tradition and that tradition and trying to create your patchwork spirituality will not take you anywhere. You cannot orchestrate your own return based upon your preferences and your prejudices. For that only deepens your separation and will lead you nowhere. You must choose one of the ladders. And if the ladders of antiquity, any one of them, cannot speak to you directly to reach into your heart and soul, then you must turn to God's new revelation. For this is how God will redeem you and restore you and give you greater purpose and meaning for being in the world at this time. Here you must understand that all the great messengers who have initiated the great traditions have all come from the angelic assembly. They are all united. For God has initiated all the religions of the world, and they have all been changed by man. Now God has given a revelation. It is here now in purity. It has not been altered or contaminated or wedded with politics or culture. It is in its pure form because it is new. It is the new ladder set down into the ravine, sent down to provide a way out of separation and all the misery that attends separation. Here you must understand that there should be no contention between the world's religions, for they have a common source, and their founders come from a common source. And their differences are meant to appeal to certain segments of the human family, in certain regions, people of certain temperaments. For the great traditions are the building blocks of human civilization. They are all ladders from heaven, sent down to provide you a way out of separation, of suffering, of danger. Hear these words. I pray you will hear these words. For this teaching is part of God's new message for the world. I am expressing it in my own simple and humble way, but it is presented with great depth and clarity in God's new revelation for the world. For the religions of the world must unite to serve humanity as it faces the great change that is coming to the world. They are all meant to do this, and it is heaven's will that they will do this. For that is their underlying purpose and meaning. Not to struggle and fight with each other, not to fight for supremacy one over another, not to denounce and cruelly suppress one another, but to unite for the welfare and protection of humanity as it stands at the greatest thresholds it has ever faced.